Thankfully mine's a squirt, but just in case we'll just
That pillow's extra high.
it really is high.
Is it comfortable?
No, I think I'm good. Just, do you want to put the pillow on your side? Oh, cute.
That boy's hot.
He is
That
hot.
boy know me in.
I'm hot too. Okay, guys.
Oh.
Welcome back to the Cellar Podcast. We're your hosts, Sam Marie.
And Gia Angelina.
And this is episode
9.
9. And we're going to just talk about career goals, life goals, education, that sort of stuff. But what you been up to this week?
This week I worked. I did the biggest side quest I've ever done in my entire life yesterday, Sammy. So there's this local company. It's called IC Staffing Solutions, right? And they just send people out for like day jobs, maybe like week-long jobs. It's not permanent. It's just whoever needs, like, you know, temporary employers to, for example, count inventory. Me and my cousin Ronan and her friend Jenna, we went with some of the IC staff to go count car parts inventory from 8 a.m. to noon. We got paid $25 an hour. We were just in the back of a car dealership.
Nice,
just
though.
Counting parts, right?
$25 an hour is good.
It was really good. We were supposed to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., but we actually did such a good job. We finished it super duper early. It was so funny because they paired us off into 2, and as I said before, there was 3 of us. And so one of the other IC staffing employees showed up, and her name was, it's fine, we don't have to say her name, but she was my partner, and we made it like 30 minutes into the job, and what the job basically was there was these shelving units, right? There's probably like 6 shelves per unit. We made it through 2 units, and the whole entire job is to read the SKU number, right? Just a series, it's like 9 numbers off of the box, and I would check it off of the paper, and however many there is there, I'd put that number down, whatever, and it would just tell them, you know, if they have an inventory or not. We made it through 2 units, and she looks at me, we're moving to the next one, she's like, oh, by the way, I'm dyslexic. What do you mean you're dyslexic? We've been reading numbers for the last 30 minutes. Like, so the way the paper was the numbers were on the paper already, but if they weren't there, you were supposed to write them down. I probably wrote down like 6 or 7 numbers. She told me because they weren't on the paper. They probably weren't even
real numbers.
Yeah. We ended up being friends, though. She was real cool. She's got like 10 kids.
Was she laughing when she told you she was dyslexic?
A little bit.
Like, I feel like if that was me, I probably would have waited to the end and been like, hey, by the way, we might have not got any of that right.
Yeah, I'm glad she told me, though, because when she told me, I looked at her. There was one time that, like, Ronan was on the opposite side of the room, and Ronan said she was cracking up so hard because she heard me say this to her. She read a number, and I'm looking at the number she was supposed to read because she got every other number right except for the 2 middle runs. She just switched them, right? So it was like 2-6. She said 6-2. Okay. And I let her read it out, and I looked at her. I said, do you want to try again? And Rona said she was cracking so hard, and I just, like, once she told me, I was trying to work with her more. Like, I was just like, I would read the number I had on the paper and see if that was right, and if she's like, no, it's definitely the number I said, then I would write it down.
Gotcha. But so you had a better system.
Yeah, we had a better system. I'm glad she told me. It was
hilarious. Oh yeah, you were definitely fine. You guys still got done way earlier.
Yeah, we were probably the fastest group in there.
Nice. That's good.
I'm about to go to a concert tonight. I'm gonna go see Faye Webster in Pittsburgh.
That's exciting.
It is really exciting.
What are you going to wear?
I don't know. I have to leave Wheeling at 4 o'clock, and that means I need to leave here by 2.
But you're, like, pretty, like, I feel like your hair's braided. So your hair's not going to take that much time. You don't need makeup with the eyelashes done unless you choose to put anything on. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, like, finding a fit.
That's the hardest part, too.
Yeah.
Maybe like a skirt and some real cute top or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but it was definitely smart braiding your hair this morning. Yeah, because now you'll just be ready to go.
Braids. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm about to wear. Faye Webster is it's considered alternative music. She's just so soft. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if I know what's, like, maybe her most popular song. My issue is sometimes I'll do like Spotify playlists and then I'll love something and I'm like, I need to make sure I like that, but then I never do.
You want to know how I know I'm aligned with the universe's timing today? I walked into Mugshots and they were playing Faye Webster.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, how freaking perfect.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when the universe just like hits you in the face like that.
So amazing.
Yeah.
I'll play you like 10 seconds, then we can cut it out.
Okay.
So I'm going to play you my favorite song. It's called Johnny by Faye Webster, but I like her extended play. So give me 1 second to find it.
While she's finding that, as you guys can see here, we sat on the wrong sides for them. Maybe we should switch them. But we went up to Oglebay. We were actually supposed to film this up in Oglebay, but the wind was so bad, and I just remember the audio mishap, and I was not interested in having that happen again. So that's why we're down here in the upstairs of where the Pine Room studio is. But we did record up in Oglebay us painting each other. This is me.
So I painted that of Sammy. I got her glasses and her like bluish green eyes. I got her white tank top that she has on today. I meant to put her hair behind her shoulders, but it just didn't look right, so I had to add it. But I didn't have enough time
to paint the length.
Yeah. So
but the top of the hair looks really good, like the dimension of it. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but we showed it in the vlog.
I tried to because her face was blending in with like what was her neck, so I tried to outline it, and then it kind of gave her a beard. And then her eyebrows kind of look a little thick, too. But
yeah. The skin color's pretty good. It's just, like, yellow. It's a little yellow. And yours is, like, a little too olive.
Mine's just a little too peanut buttery.
Yeah, like, Gia looks like peanut butter.
I love how Sammy put, like, a camera on there and my Switch. And she said, got games?
Yeah, when you said 4 minutes were left, I just didn't know what else to do to try to fix it. So that's when I did the Switch, the camera. Yeah, Gia looks crazy, but
awesome.
Gia's is abstract.
Yeah, I can't wait to hang that up.
And I'm just missing a neck. But look at my dude, I'm muscles. Jacked. I'm literally jacked. That's crazy.
Okay, this is so she has a song, it's called Johnny, but she came out with an extended play. It's called Car Therapy Sessions, and it's the same song, but it's like more instrumental.
It's so coffee shop aesthetic.
Anyways, I fucking love Faye Webster. She's just so a boy put me on to her, and I just am absolutely in love with him.
Yeah.
Like, so bad.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, that'll be fun tonight.
Yeah,
what?
Definitely.
So you guys are going to drive up there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys going to eat? Are you going to...
I'm not sure. So the doors open at 6:30. It's probably like an hour, maybe like 15-minute drive. I haven't even looked to keep it 100%. But if the doors open at 6:30, I know me and Ronan will probably want to be there at like 5:30.
Okay.
That way we're in line, because the last concert we went to, we were there an hour early, and we were like, where is everybody? We were the first people there. Nobody else was there. We're like, okay, maybe like we'll just walk around. Like, we were expecting such a huge line. We came back like 10 minutes later, and there was like 5 people in front of us, and we got to be literally on the stage. It was so fun.
Because when it's a smaller venue like that, you guys are all just going to fill in. There's no different tickets.
Mm-mm. Have you been to Stage AE?
No, but I've walked past it because it's really close to the Pirates Stadium.
It's outdoor?
Yes.
I saw like on their website that there's seats, but it was all general admission tickets. So...
But I've walked past a concert happening there before, and it looks fun.
Really?
Like, small venues are cool.
So if it's a general admission ticket, but there's seats, do first come, first serve, or what?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told Sammy this already. I emailed so me and Sammy, like, split for, like, 20 minutes earlier so we could just get stuff done. Hey. Q-Dog just ran away. Who is she talking to? Why is she talking about, how are you? Dude, what are the odds somebody comes up here? Like, do you guys know there was a bank up here? There was a bank vault. But Sammy and I... Okay, to describe it for you guys, it's the upstairs of the Pine Room Studios, but it's like a ton of antique stuff. As you guys can see, this is all from upstairs. We have this, like, zebra rug we found. It's just tons and tons of vintage stuff up here. And... there's an old bank vault with like that huge, those bank doors. We were like, what the F? Why did I look inside of it and there's toys? Like, what? But there's like couches and stuff up here, so me and Sammy just collected stuff. Anyways, long story short, oh, Sammy, who is that?
Yeah, she works in one of the offices downstairs, and she uses the bathroom up here, so she doesn't have to use like the one that all the boys use down there. Come here, Q. Just have you.
I told Sammy, Q ran into the glass door earlier. It was hilarious.
It was so embarrassing for him. Look,
I told him. I called him out for it.
He's getting nervous again about it, talking about it.
It's okay, Bubba. You can be embarrassed.
He really ran like full. Like,
yeah. Like, Sammy turned around and
said, and Q just like stood there for a second.
It was pretty embarrassing.
He didn't know how to act after.
Back to the concert stagey thing. We're going tonight, and today I decided that I wanted to email their social media director and ask for a media pass so I could bring my camera, because if I can get pictures of Faye Webster, I could probably die tonight and be happy.
You know, that would be sick.
So I hope he emails me back.
Especially with that new lens.
Oh my gosh. What'd you do this week?
I'm always waiting for the question asking about me. No, I didn't do anything exciting. We went down to Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend for some of our friends got married this weekend. It was a beautiful wedding. The bride was beautiful. Her dress was beautiful. It was nice to be back down in North Carolina again. I miss it. But that was really all I did, was go down to Raleigh. I did get my dress the day we were leaving, which was exciting, but I did find something, so that's good. But yeah, nothing.
What dress?
The dress I wore to the wedding. It was like the white dress that's hanging up?
Yeah.
It's the exact same dress, but it was just blue. But I went to the closest place was Altered State. I would have rather went to Ross Park, but I just like didn't have time to get all the way up there. But I went to Altered State at South Hills because that's what was closest. And they had a bunch of cute dresses, but some of their stuff just doesn't fit me right. And then so I was like, you know what? I know this fits me. So I just got the same thing.
I love Altered State, Sammy.
I do too. On this I think this sweater's from Altered State. My socks are Brian's, which means they probably could be Gia's or Trace's as well. But
I don't think Brian's ever bought his own fucking pair of socks.
I don't think they're Gia's because I have them rolled over to be crew socks. Yeah. They're meant to be crew socks, but they come up to like here. So yeah. I don't think they're yours.
No, those aren't mine. I don't have Puma socks. I probably would wear Pumas. I think Pumas are probably going to come back. Everything comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, I had in elementary school, I had these black Pumas with like purple and pink. Like it was accentuated with purple and pink. I love those shoes. That might have been middle school too. Why are they just looking at us like that?
I was just looking at my neck.
Gia's pupils are crazy.
You don't have any. You actually don't even have any. Forgot to add those.
Yeah, but I guess we could probably just get into the episode today. We're just going to be talking about like education, career goals, life goals.
Sammy, what do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a great question because I'm still figuring it out all the time. I was just talking to Brian about this the other day, but I am by no means a first-generation college student, but I didn't have any siblings who really did the college thing before me. My sister did it, but my brother didn't really do the college thing, so I didn't have anybody before me. And then my parents both did nursing degrees, but it was not like your traditional college route. It was like focused in nursing. Like they got their associates in nursing. Mm-hmm. So like when I was starting school, I feel like when you have parents in healthcare, it's hard to understand that there's life outside of healthcare.
And I hear you on it.
Yeah, I just thought the only way to have a stable job was to Q dog, come here. Hey, come here.
Q, come lay down.
I just tripped. Everyone saw it.
Q, your mom is literally grabbing you by your ear, dude. Can you just act right?
Q, watch. Hey.
Good boy, Q. Stay.
He doesn't know anything.
Good boy.
Okay.
Stay down.
But anyways, I feel like there's this phenomenon where when you have healthcare parents, like you just don't know life exists outside of healthcare. And so like when I went to school, my intention was just like medical school. Because I was like, I'll just be a doctor. Because I didn't want to be a nurse because I just had seen like my parents' work-life balance. I just knew it was going to be for me. But then I found out like about PA school and I was like, well, let me just switch it because that's a better work-life balance. But I don't know. I feel like what I want to be when I grow up is probably not a PA. I mean, I like my job and I think I'm good at it, but I just don't think it's like what I want to do forever. I think I really would like to work with animals. It just never felt like possible. Like vet school's insane as far as money. But like owning my own farm, owning like my own rescue shelter.
That's very possible.
Yeah.
Owning your own farm is very possible and very attainable, especially with your and Brian's job and the way, like, what is that compound thing that my mom keeps talking about?
I don't know exactly how that would work, but I'd be down for it because I'd much rather like do that. And now that I'm working in medicine, like I feel like I really would rather be like a physical therapist, a physical therapist or like an athletic trainer too. I think those would be cool jobs.
I think an athletic trainer would be really fun.
Yeah.
When you said having parents in healthcare, it just kind of doesn't seem like there's like a lot more than that as career wise. There's growing up, I think my very first my very first career I ever wanted was to be a nurse, but I wanted to work with NICU babies. Yeah. And my mom was so like, she was like, okay, cool, like go be a nurse if you want to be a nurse. Like my mom has never ever looked at me and be like, you need to go to nursing school or you need to do this or you
and
need
my
to
parents didn't do that either.
Yeah. And that's really cool because my mom spent, like, I was a kid. I was alive and, like, not, like, I knew what was going on when my mom was going through nursing school. And
she was still in nursing school when I came in the family, too.
Yeah. But
she used to work at Gumby's and she made the best frappes.
Dude, I would be, like, I think I was in, like, 5th grade, maybe 6th grade, and I would go to Gumby's after one of like my little basketball games with my dad. He would take me there because my mom would be at work and she would make me this mango smoothie. It was so good. But I wanted to be a NICU nurse forever. The only thing
That's so funny because I used to want to be a NICU nurse too.
I was like, how cute are these babies? Like I would love to be able to send them home. And my mom was like, you don't get to send them home all the time. And that's where she kind of like would deter me with it. And then I was like, okay, I don't have to work with babies. Maybe I'll just go like work with special needs kids. I can still work with kids because at the time I had the patience and I loved sitting there and helping them figure it out. You know what I mean? I loved being able to like help them work through it so they could enjoy whatever I was enjoying, you know? I just liked, I don't know, I liked doing it. And then I don't know what happened, but I lost the patience. And then I think I also realized like in the field of special needs, there's going to be hitting and scratching and spitting. And I just like, maybe it's because I'm 20 years old. I don't think I want that. So I feel that. My next step was like, well, maybe I'll do what my big brother Brian's doing because he makes it look really easy and he does whatever he wants every single day. And I can do what he does. Yeah. But then when I got to college, I was like, oh my gosh, photography. So I don't know. So if you could go back, would you pick vet school 100% over PA? I still wouldn't because I just don't know how it's possible financially unless you have the support of it financially. Like if Brian was working and then I was going to school and like he was going to support it or something, I think then it would be possible. But no, I think I would have done something more along the lines of either physical therapy, athletic training, or speech pathology too, because speech pathology is cool. I like a lot of the therapies, like occupational therapy too, because I like that you're still helping people but in a means that
is not requiring medicine. Because sometimes I don't always love throwing medicine at things. I would like to be a bit more hands-on in terms of working on things with people. But as a PA and in psych, and there's just kind of the your job is medicine. So I don't know. So I think any of those therapies I would be much more interested in doing, because even my first job, I used to work in nursing homes and working with patients with dementia, and being a speech pathologist in a nursing home, I would love it.
Really? Just
like seeing how they got to be with their patients, and they're just like playing games. It's a lot of like post-stroke and working with,
my old basketball coach was a speech pathologist in a nursing home, and she actually taught me this really cool trick, because I forget what we were doing, but I was like, I can't ever hold my hands still. Like I don't know, when I'm trying to do stuff, like my hands always just shake. I can never hold them still. And she's like, what I tell my patients to do to get their one hand to move, to like stop focusing on it too hard, maybe, she said, squeeze your one hand. So if I wanted to do something really still with my right hand, squeeze your left hand, hold something really, really tight, and then do something with the hand you were trying to hold still.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know when I would. Next time I need that, though, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, try it.
That's cool.
I don't know what I was using it for, but I was using it for a while.
Yeah, but they see, like, any sort of therapist, they just have, like, cool ways of fixing things that's outside of medicine. I think I would go back to do things like that. I think getting into physical therapy and athletic training would be cool, because then you can, like, work with, like, sports teams and stuff, which would be really awesome. But I was talking to Brian about it. I was like, the only thing that stinks about it is, like, right, I already got this bachelor's degree. I got a master's. To do any of those things, I have to fully go back to school. Yeah. Like, I got to start over.
What's your bachelor's in?
Animal nutritional sciences. And then I have, like, a minor in biology.
So you couldn't just go get your master's? And
I could. I wouldn't have to. I might have to. Most of the prereqs for PA school is going to be the same for at least physical therapy. So I wouldn't have. I'd just go back and get a master's, but that just feels crazy, being $170K in debt and going back to school.
I would never pay it. I wouldn't.
No. So
I would just have my kids move to like Mexico and just, change our names or something.
Yeah.
Be born in Mexico, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this is not their debt either.
No. So I don't think because I was talking to Brian about it literally like 2 days ago, but I was just like, I just don't know how that's feasible.
Right.
So I feel like at this point, I'll stick with where I am. I might consider switching what my specialty is as a PA. Like, I think I might enjoy like derm a bit better. Or even like family practice or something like that, but we'll see. Thankfully, as a PA, I can switch at any time, but I can't go be a physical therapist. But
if we won the lottery today, would you just go back to school for the rest of your life?
No, I would just go ahead and open up my farm and have it be a rescue, like rescuing, like I'd go to the shelter and be like, who's been here the longest? Hire some trainers to help train, go get a lot of the cats. And then I think it'd be cool to like set up events, a paint and sip where you leave with an adopted puppy, and like
come do yoga with our goats.
And
come milk our cows and take home a glass of milk,
exactly. And then like a lot of it could be helping with, because I feel like people are more likely to adopt when they're in a situation like that, because we're at the beer mile where they had the tent set up. I almost left with another dog that I don't have the space for right now. What would you do if we won the lottery?
In that situation? I would
you finish your schooling?
I would finish my schooling. I would finish my bachelor's in marketing. I would go get my master's. I'm thinking right now, even if I don't win the lottery tomorrow, I'm 100% going to go get my master's, but I already kind of want to, wherever I'm getting my master's, just get another undergrad, like maybe even a certificate in photography. Yeah. Because I was going to do it now, but it would add a whole other semester, and I want to prove to myself that I can graduate in 3 years. But if I were to win tomorrow, I would finish my schooling, 100% get that certificate in photography, and I would probably go back maybe or figure out a way to go get my engineering degree and become an astronaut. Because my dream job 100% is to be an astronaut. I think it would be so cool. I was thinking about it the other day. You know how bad it probably hurts at that takeoff speed? Have you ever seen their faces when they take off? It's crazy. But in order to be an actual astronaut, like not just, like let's put you on a flight once, you know what I mean? Like civilian type stuff, you have to have an engineering degree from what I've read. I could be wrong, but that's like when I looked into it, that's what it said. Any type of engineering degree. Yeah, most of them are engineers.
See, I wouldn't want to go up into space, but I'd be down to be an engineer and like working on the ships and stuff. And then I'd send you off in something that I built safely with all of my calculus skills.
They probably have to be engineers just in case something does go wrong, huh?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's smart. That makes sense.
I don't think I could go up into space.
I would go in a heartbeat. 100% would go. I'd probably be terrified. I'd probably pee my pants, but I think it would be so fun.
Makes my chest hurt thinking about it.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would talk to you guys on radios for an entire year if I had to, just to go up there. And I love being with my family, so that says something.
Yeah. You don't feel like you'd feel claustrophobic?
No, I don't think so. Because, like, knock on wood, but as I'm getting older, I'm starting to recognize when I'm feeling, like, overwhelmed and when I feel like I'm starting to spiral. And in real life, just sit there and take a deep breath and be like, you know, it is what it is. You can't change what you can't change, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really hard to get to that point, but I feel like I'm starting to get there. So if I'm just like, I mean, probably after a while I might. But if I'm on, like, a space station type, if I'm on my own, like, you know,
like would you take the rocket up and then you'd go like park it at the base station?
My dream opportunity is to obviously go with like a team and go to a whole new planet and just like collect new data and species and like would love to take pictures of the new animals.
And then I'll be waiting at NASA with my engineering degree to test all the stuff that you got.
We'll send it back.
Yeah. That's how I'll participate. Cool. But no way I could go up. Would you want to take a pit stop at the moon?
Duh. That'd be like the first. That'd be like the gas station.
You'd be like, "Hey guys, this is my first. This is my first exploration. Can we stop at the moon?"
I'd be like, "Guys, wait. Like, can we stop at the? It's the same energy as like, let's stop at the gas station and get snacks before we go on the trip." That's what it is.
Yeah, like I gotta jump on the moon once.
Just once. Like, let me just walk around a little bit. Let me just. Hey, so you know how like obviously if you take your helmet off you're gonna die?
Yes.
If you take your glove off, are you okay? And your suit's like fine, like tight?
No, I don't think so.
No? You think the pressure's too much or what?
Is it less pressure and that's the issue? Or it's more pressure?
There's too much pressure in space I think. And I think if you were to go up there with like no suit, I think you just blow up.
Can your hands survive in an environment where there's no oxygen?
Sometimes I just like to talk and make things up because I've never read that anywhere. I just picture that in my brain because I've seen it in like movies. Like people just go up there and just, or actually people go up there and just like suffocate. They don't blow up.
Yeah, because there's no oxygen. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah, I was talking to Ronan and Kyla about this the other day. How many bodies do you think are just floating in space?
I don't know. Like, you think when somebody suffocates up there, do they disintegrate at some point?
I don't know.
Or what is the decay rate? What's the decaying rate when it's...
No idea, because what causes a body to decay here, right? It's got to be just like...
I don't know exactly, if I'm being honest.
I don't know.
Because there could be bodies floating, but I don't know. It's a great question. I feel like there's not too many.
I want to talk about why I picked marketing.
Okay, tell us about it.
Bachelor's, my undergrad. I picked it because I don't want to be the type of marketing that is going door to door like Brian. I want to be the type of marketing that influences you to buy things.
Yeah.
I want to be the type of marketing that's like, oh my gosh, this box that this new MacBook came in is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I want to buy that phone because it looks so good.
Yeah.
I like the visuals of things. And I don't know if that's the right type of marketing I'm in, but I hope I can get there one day.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's more importantly that you have like the foundation, which is your degree, and then you have other things you've done, right? Mm-hmm. You can put Pine Cellar stuff on there and show the thumbnails you've made. You can show pictures you've taken and how you edited them, and like how you've applied those things.
I also really like the idea that if I hate the business world, I can take my undergrad and go be a teacher.
Yeah.
Because again, I think it's really, I would love working with kids. Just to, because kids adore you, absolutely adore you, and I think.
And then they'll be so real with you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you look ugly today.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, well, your breath stinks. So that's Did you brush your teeth this morning? Let's go brush your teeth. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just like a natural instinct for women to love kids. Or what, but like I don't know if I've ever met like a grown, like me being immature, I was like, oh, fuck them kids, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever met a grown woman who is like, fuck them kids. I think every woman has a natural instinct to just nurture.
I do, but right now I do find certain age groups like completely insufferable. Yeah.
I agree.
Like 8 to like maybe 14, they're just so annoying.
Yeah.
Not everybody's kids though.
I couldn't teach freshmen. Couldn't teach sophomores.
No shot.
I could teach seniors.
Yes,
probably. Even though they're probably assholes, because there was assholes like when I was a senior.
Yeah.
I think I would teach kindergarten.
Yeah, kindergarten's a good age.
I think I would teach kindergarten.
Pre-K's good too.
And nobody like out me on this, but when and if I ever become a kindergarten teacher, I'm teaching them all to write with their left and right hands. I'm making all those kids ambidextrous, and they're all going to be athletes. So,
yeah.
You know.
You build like an elite
army.
Yeah.
Yes, their future teachers are all gonna have just like, what's going on? I'm raising the new generation to be ambidextrous.
That's crazy. Brian, we were joking about it the other day because Brian probably has top 5 worst handwritings I've ever seen,
I don't know why.
Probably top 1. And we were joking that like maybe he's actually meant to be left-handed. Like maybe he's just been writing with the wrong hand the whole time, and that's his issue.
Do you think that kids come out with a dominant hand, or do you think it's learned?
I think it's learned, but I also think you probably have like some predisposition.
And if so, is it genetic at that point?
I don't know.
You think they just...
Well, yes, it would be. Yeah, it would be genetic.
Or do you think babies are in the womb, like, grabbing things with their, flexing their hands or something?
Yeah, maybe they're just building up the strength of one more. Yeah, I should probably know that, but I don't know that. Okay. But a lot of it is taught for sure. But there's some things I do better with my left hand than my right, even though I write right-handed.
Tell me your top 3 goals. Do you want to do career or life?
Maybe we could do both, but like separate.
Okay, so do top 3 career goals.
Top 3 career goals would be open up my like rescue farm situation would be number 1.
I'm going to, and I'm going to love to see it one day.
That's my number 1.
And when I start having kids, they can come help you around the farm because it'll build good character. Go ahead, keep going.
My number 2 would probably be to have Pine Cellar or some sort of situation take off, because I really like the editing process, and I think like meeting all the people of Wheeling has been like a lot of fun, and yeah, just for that would probably be my number 2. Okay. And then my number 3 would probably be realistically, I don't think I'm going to go back to school to be an athletic trainer. So realistically, my number 3 would probably be to switch my specialty, whether that's probably dermatology, but I don't know.
So do a quick, like, brief dermatology. What would you want to do? Is it like you're assessing like moles, or?
Yeah, it would be moles, acne, eczema, rashes. That would be a good bit of it, but some practices will also have like the aesthetics with it. So like
maybe you could open a whole practice that's all the above.
Yeah. Well, so I can't really open a practice, but I could join somebody else's practice, being a PA.
Who can open practices?
Well, because see, I always have to have a supervising physician. So I'd have to have a supervising physician on board. So I could, but I'd have to be like partnered. Nurse practitioners can, because they can practice completely independently. So like Carlos, he can open up his own once he finishes his thing. Yeah. And then I can work with him. But again, I'd still have to have a supervising physician. Right. So we'd have to have somebody who was like at least okay with just being my supervising. But it's a weird concept because like you really don't always talk to your supervising physician a lot. They're just somebody who's on your license.
They're just held accountable for you.
Yeah. And so some of them choose to be super involved and some of them choose to not care. It just depends.
Maybe one day you and Los can open up some really cool.
I know. I think he said something like that to Brian before about opening up because he's going into psych. So opening up some sort of psych clinic, and then I would work there too. But we just need a doctor on board, and I'm not sure if by the time he's done, if I'm gonna be able to do psych anymore. But we'll see. But that's my top 3 probably career goals, I guess. I just want to be like passionate about something, and I don't feel passionate right now about my real life job. And then I feel like it kind of stinks when you see other people who do feel super passionate about it. Like I feel like my little sister, she's found a career where she's just like loves it. And like Brian, he loves his job. Like I just want to feel excited about something.
I think that's my number 1 on the list career goals is to ultimately end up in a career that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Because I get nervous sometimes that as quick as I like fell in love with photography and doing these little graphics, I can just get overwhelmed and done with it. I hope that never happens. I hope like I continue to just I pray about it a lot, just to help me fall even further in love with this, and just this is my passion forever because I like it a lot. I love the whole progress. I love the whole setting up things and just like the outcome is just like fireworks. You know what I mean? So that's probably my number 1 goal is to just be passionate about my career.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Number 2 goal is to make so much money that I can buy me and my spouse and my kids whatever we wanted and just like nice
live
things.
Comfortably.
I just want nice things. I don't need so much money where I have like a lake house. It would be dope, but like
no, don't worry, Brian will get on that.
Yeah, good. Hopefully somebody. I hope one day we as a family can just invest in a super nice lake house we all can just share. Because at that point, what? Like we're splitting it this many ways and anybody can go to it.
Yep.
My number 3 goal on the list would probably be to work in a booming city.
Yeah.
Something like really advanced, high tech, like everybody has their own thing going on. Everybody looks different. Nobody's like, I don't know. I just want something that's
not
nice.
feeling.
I just crave nice things. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the youngest kid in me. I just want nice things.
Yeah, no, there's definitely cool cities you could go and work in. There's a lot of them. And there's like different vibes of cool cities. Like there's like the Charleston, South Carolina and Savannah, Georgia vibe where it's like old history, architecture, beautiful, warm beaches, kind of small town vibes, but they're not a small town. And then there's like Chicago, New York, and then there's like the West Coast too, but I'm not sure if the West Coast would be my vibe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if you grow up on the East Coast, like you just like...
I'm so excited to fly by myself. I feel like that's going to be such a nice little taste. I'm so excited to go to Charleston.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Wedding is in T-minus 3 weeks. Look at this lady in the window. She's never seen these blinds open before.
What?
You see her? This lady back here. She's about to walk past yours. Sammy said, what? It was the reflection in the window.
Oh. Yeah, I can't see her.
It's okay. She was just...
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
I was like, Gia, there's literally not a lady
Sammy,
out in the
she's
hall.
right there. What do you think? She's waving at us.
I was going to freak out for a second.
It's okay. So what are your top 3 life goals then?
Wait, did you give us 3 career?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah.
What was the third one?
The third was to live in a city.
Oh, okay. You're right.
That's kind of like, I want to work in a city. I don't have to, yeah, I want to work in a city because I can live in the country, I think.
Yeah, you can live in like a suburb.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. What are your 3 life goals?
Life goals. Wow, that's crazy. Wait, this is, I don't know.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, number 1, find my soulmate. In my real life soulmate, no BS.
Yeah.
I want my soulmate.
Finding your soulmate's cool.
Amy's like, Ben. Check. Mark. Next. Anyway. Number 2.
What do you think's like the most important parts in finding your, like, how do you feel like you'll know you've got your soulmate?
I've been starting this thing where like whenever I'm by myself or I'll do it around people who like I feel comfortable around, I'll speak it out loud what my soulmate will be for me. So like my soulmate will write me letters. My soulmate will that's one of the things. My soulmate will like warm up my car for me in the morning. You know what I mean? Like things like that.
He better.
Whenever I find something that I really like, I speak it into the universe and for God to hear it so he could just put it into the little, you know what I mean, character traits of him.
That's cool. Do you think people have more than one soulmate?
Yes. I wholeheartedly believe in people having more than one soulmate. And I use like my Aunt Kanisha, for example, because her husband, Ronan's dad, his name was Sergio. I never got to meet him before, but Ronan, I like absolutely adores and idolizes him. He unfortunately passed away, and I think at the time that was probably Kanisha's soulmate, just like young love. Soulmates. I think soulmates maybe are to teach you things.
Okay.
And then you grow better without them. You know what I mean? But now she's with my Uncle John and they're best friends. Like absolutely best friends. So I think you can have multiple. If you have one, that's awesome. But if you have multiple, that's cool too.
Yeah. I think it's so... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's so hard to decide what I believe in sometimes just because I am like very logical, but also sometimes not.
Maybe you can't have 2 soulmates because the whole point of having a soulmate is it's like that's your one.
Like
that's your one pair.
Yeah.
I mean?
And it's like, I think before thinking about me and Brian, I was very much like, oh, you like choose to love somebody and like you work at things and maybe not necessarily there is a soulmate, but then like this is corny, but like being with Brian and like him being my person, I'm like, I literally could not be with like another individual. Like that is my soulmate and I feel like he's the only one. Like if we weren't it, like I think I would just be single for the rest of my life and have a bunch of dogs and cats because I just can't imagine doing life without him. So yeah, I don't know. I'm so torn on it. And cause like, of course we choose to love each other, but I also can't help but love him.
There's these things called karmic relationships. Do you know what those are?
No.
So there's things like twin flames and I think the twin flame is the only thing I know of, but karmic relationships, like what I understand of it is they're there to teach you something. And maybe that's like what I believe in, because
okay.
I think the whole point of a soulmate is it's your one, you know what I mean? It's your one, whatever.
Yeah.
A twin flame is supposed to reflect everything you are and make you see yourself in somebody else. But you're supposed to only have one twin flame too. I think karmic relationships, you can have as many as you want. I think those just, I don't know, teach you what you're supposed to learn.
Yeah. But then I feel like when you don't feel like you've had your soulmate yet, like thinking of it only being one person is kind of scary.
Yeah.
But then when you have them, it's just like a comfort.
I hope everybody gets their soulmate in.
Me too. I mean, we didn't even live in the same place. We found each other. Right. But then I did move here, so. But we weren't necessarily going to move here, but it did happen.
Exactly. So it works out. What's number 2 life goals? Find peace of mind. I want that tatted real bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll ever get tattoos. I want peace of mind. That's my number 2 life goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 3 life goal is, I have a couple, I guess. The first one that comes to mind is to like just have kids, but it's kind of corny. I don't really know. Number 3 life goal. I don't know. We'll keep it open, I guess.
Okay. Okay. My number 1 life goal would be for everybody close to me in my life, including myself, essentially to have peace of mind, but more specifically for nobody to feel like lonely and unsatisfied with their life. That's like my biggest fear for people is like if I look at someone and I have an inkling that like maybe they aren't feeling fulfilled or happy with this life, or if they feel lonely, like just stresses me out immediately. So I feel like my number 1 goal, like we just saw this guy at this wedding and it seemed like he was being excluded from his friends. And so Brian was like talking him up and including, because literally looking at the situation, I could have cried on the spot. But so I think that's my number 1 goal is like making sure everybody who's around me like understands that if they don't feel fulfilled in their lives, they are fulfilling mine. Like, you're important to my life. Period. And then number 2 would maybe be, I really want like enough of a work-life balance so when I have kids, I'm only like really like only got to be in an office like 2 days a week or something like that. Awesome. Yeah, like I want it
to be a stay-at-home mom with like, but I
but like a fun job, or like if being like a stay-at-home mom, but like say this is still going on and we're like actually prospering and that sort of thing. Like we could, I mean, I could
bring
edit
our kids to the studio.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
they want to see their Auntie G.
Exactly. Our studio is like so nice and big. They can just
like
around.
Little gremlins.
They've got their own little like living room and gaming setup to just kick it.
Exactly. So that sort of balance would be so cool. And then maybe just something like selfish is, I definitely do want like an escape lake house. Yeah. For sure.
Would be awesome.
I told Brian I would stay living up in the north if we can get something like that. But if we can't get it, we gotta go back south because I'll be cold. Yes. I need somewhere to run off to.
When we went to Tennessee, it was bliss, just utter bliss.
I know. I was so sad. That was like one of the singular family reunions I couldn't go to. Normally they're in the Eden, Ohio, where we recorded that vlog. But one year while I was like deep in PA school, like doing finals and stuff, they went to their uncle's in Tennessee and it looked like the best time.
It was so beautiful. It was so warm out. We went to this cave. We got to see what natural darkness looks like. It was real scary.
Spooky.
They have a lake house. It's huge. We got to ride jet skis. We were just acting a fool, me and all my cousins. Like, it was amazing.
Wait, how many kids do you think you'll have?
It just depends on how much money I'm making, because I refuse
if you don't if there was
not making money.
Yeah, if there's like no restrictions, like
no restrictions
in your soul, like where do you feel like you would be comfortable? Like you got money, you're comfy. We have the lake house.
I would love to have a lot of kids. I'm scared of like the like whole giving birth thing, but I would love to have just like there's like I don't know. I want a lot of kids, but
like 5, 6.
I think 5 would be cool.
Okay.
I think 5 would be really cool because there's just like I love having siblings, and I love like Brian Campbell's like I love just like seeing all my siblings do different things and just getting to like experience all their different things, you know. I feel like as a mom that's probably so fun to see because all of my siblings are all doing different activities.
And it's probably so cool for your parents because like every Campbell child is like such an individual,
right? And how fun would that be to have just a big group all the time of just people who you genuinely love? Like you don't get to just have genuine love for a whole lot of people. I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but I have so much. I don't know. I would love to have like probably 5 kids.
Yeah, you guys have a really blessed and cool household.
And then we get a whole bunch of cousins. Like I hope my siblings start having kids. It's gonna come down to you and Brian because Trace is probably gonna have like 2 kids. So,
yeah. I mean, we'll have kids. We're probably looking at like I'm 26. Probably like somewhere 28 to 30 would be like where I would think I'd have the first one.
And then I'll start having money so I could spoil my niece and nephews. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Be like a little thing.
Wow.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard. I don't know how many kids I want to have. I have twins in my family.
Quit playing.
Yeah.
I would love to have twins in the fam.
And I am scared if that happens. I think if I like say the first one right off the bat is twins, I don't know if I'll do it ever again. You know what I mean?
I think if you have twins, you have to have another one.
But
you got to. You will. I hope you have
think like 3 to 4 is ideal, but I'm just scared of the twin situation.
I couldn't lift.
And you know what? If God is up there listening, he probably knows. So he's probably going to give us a singular for the first one, and then throw twins in the mix. But I think my generation's the one that's like my cousin. She just had like natural twins. It's like my generation that's supposed to. And none of the boys have had twins, but the girls have had twins. Good. So genetic wise, it's lining up to be.
That's amazing. I hope you have twins. There's no twins on the Campbell side. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Good luck.
But yeah, I don't know about 5 or 6, but I'm probably more in that like 2 to 4 range.
Your babies are gonna have curly hair too. It's gonna be so cute.
Such curly hair.
For anyone who doesn't know, Brian had a literal afro. Brian was a 6-foot white boy with a helmet of an afro. It was hilarious.
Crazy.
He looked like Lil Dicky. Like it was hilarious.
And his hair is stiff. But I mean, I love his hair. And I think it's so interesting. I've said this like 8 times in the last like couple of weeks, but every time I look at the Campbell kids, it's like, you guys got a lot of qualities from your mom. Like, I do think you look like your mom. I think Pieces of Brian looks like your mom. I think Trace is very much your dad, but I think Brian and you are pretty good mixes. But you guys all got literally the same color hair. Nobody got your mom's black hair.
That's ignorant, isn't it? Because
yeah, no,
my mom has black hair like you, and it's real kinky, real curly. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what happened there. Would love. I hope I grow into it. Like, I hope I just turn like 25 and my hair just starts to get black and curly.
Yeah, my sister, she had like bleach blonde, but hers changed colors by middle school. So I don't know if you missed the mark.
Maybe,
but it might get curlier as you get older, because like I think as we get older, we take better and better care of our hair.
Maybe.
And
I think your hair follicle changes when you get older too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's starting to get curlier.
Yeah, and I think especially because like the tops of your, like you have like the curls, I think it's gonna get curlier because your ends aren't as curly. So I do think your hair is gonna get a little bit curlier. Anything else you have to say? Mm-mm. I just saw the time on your phone, so I was like,
do you have a woman of the week for us?
Yeah, so this woman of the week is essentially kind of like what one of my career goals is, but her name is Sarah. Okay, her name is now Sarah Tilse, that she's married. I don't remember what her maiden name is, but her Instagram name, her YouTube name is Sarah's Day. She's somebody I've been watching on YouTube for probably like 5 or 6 years now. So she is a lifestyle and fitness vlogger. She has 1.5 million subscribers. And from that, she's been able to make like a cookbook, apps, fitness apps, workout programs. She has like more specific ones because she's very a family oriented kind of gal. So she has ones for like pregnancy workouts. But I used to follow her workout, what's it called? Workout apps or like workout plans. I used to follow hers in PA school. But she got her start because she suffered with hormonal acne. And so she started like this holistic journey on her YouTube channel. And that's kind of how she got big and popular. But then she kind of got into the fitness realm. Then they got into her and her then boyfriend, now husband, started a podcast called The Health Code. They have 2 kids now. The first one is Fox Ocean. They're from Australia, so the names are very like Australian. Her son's name is Fox Ocean, and then her other son's name is Malachi Koa. And then they're going to have another boy here soon. She's pregnant right now. But she was born in 1992, so she's 31 years old. And she kind of really started popping off like around age 26, 27. With all of her like fitness creating and vlogging. A lot of her vlogs are like, now it's like family vlogs, workout vlogs. She does like a lot of pregnancy centered videos because she's pregnant right now. But she has just created this brand and this lifestyle for her family that's so cool. And, you know, like they live in Australia. They're right by the beach. So she has her work days where she like gets her YouTube videos done. She gets her business meetings done. She makes new recipes for her cookbook. That's like a part of her job. And then she's like doing all these things with her kids in the house. And she's able to maintain like such a cool work-life balance, which I think is just a really good person to talk about with this specific podcast, because how cool it is that, and because she's making cookbooks and making recipes for her cookbooks, her son, like Fox Ocean, he's just in the kitchen with her like, hey, can we bake today? Hey, can we cook something today? And he's like learning all of these things because she gets to be so hands-on at home with them, and still have this crazy career. And her crazy career didn't really take off until she was 26, 27. And she started off in school learning to be a teacher, getting her degree to be a teacher. And then she just did this like full 180, really followed her passion and went for it. And now she's crushing it on Instagram. How many followers does she have there? But she has like, do you know the clothing brand White Fox? She works with them and she puts out different, every year she does a new fitness line. So that's another cool thing she does. But yeah, I think she's just such like an inspiration for that work-life balance of being a mom. I don't think I have service in here. Oh, she has 1.2 million followers on Instagram. But yeah, she's just like made this whole life for herself when she just started doing the regular thing like all of us, like going to college. And then she changed her mind.
That is a really good Women of the Week, because that kind of is the goal.
Yeah, she is the goal. Like just like doing the random content stuff. Her, like me, for having that farm and working with dogs is like the equivalent to her doing that cookbook. Like that's her passion. And so that was something she was able to do. I think she did that last year, maybe. And so she would have been like 29, 30 at the time when that took off too. So it just shows you like the timeline of life. Right. Like we can change our minds and it's still gonna be okay. Yeah, we got it. It's like possible for us to find that work-life balance with our careers, and be the moms we want to be.
We'll get there.
But also be the woman bosses we want to be. Even though I'm 26, there's still time.
You got it, Sammy. We got it, Sammy.
Well, yeah. think that's all we got for you guys.
Thanks for watching this week's episode.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, you can get out of here. I can take care of everything.